take that key, all right, and there's a key that was to be had. See how I listen and I talk at the same time? But I heard the key and I heard to share the key, so you got the key, okay?
What's up, beautiful people, and welcome to another episode of Don't Keep Up With the Joneses. 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 Don't keep up with the Joneses.
What's up, beautiful people, to another episode of the Pursuit of Destiny podcast. It's me, Ricky Jones Jr. for another episode. Shouts out to you if you're watching on YouTube or if you're listening on your favorite podcast platform. Hello. I hope your day has been fabulous and a pleasure, right? Because I wish and want that for everybody. However, this here episode is to fill you all in on what's been going on the back end, because you haven't been seeing me either on YouTube or hearing me on whatever podcast platform you're on. But it's all for good reason, because as I shared on the previous episode, my family and I are moving to Johannesburg, South Africa, and that's all because we heard from God and we know that there are so many phenomenal things that we'll be able to do there that we are so excited to do. And we actually have a family YouTube channel. It's called DKUJ Family Channel. Don't Keep Up With the Joneses Family Channel. You can find us on YouTube, find out all the content and different things like that we are doing over there. However, for this particular episode, I just want to talk about all the different stuff, right? And I'm saying it that way because oftentimes we are directed to do a thing. We are pursuing destiny. We are pursuing the desires and the dreams that we are looking to have and to do and to accomplish. And you're going to come up against some things. It's not going to be easy. It's not. I was about to say it wasn't, because we're still, along the journey. But it has not been a smooth journey from us moving, right? Let me just give you a whole idea of what this means in a move to a whole nother country. It means that, one, you have to get a visa particularly for Johannesburg, South Africa. You have to have a visa, because I am now going to be considered an immigrant living in Johannesburg. And so I had to get a visa, which means you have to determine what reason that you will be living in South Africa. And we have to go to the embassy to submit our visa application with the desire for them to accept it, send us back our visa for us to be able to move. Well, what also does that mean? Because we're not just a family of two, we're a family of four with 2 kids. And so we also had to get them in a school there. So we had to do our due diligence. We actually went twice. We went one time last year, one time this year in February. And we did our due diligence just to find out the lay of the land, to find out the great schools, to find out the safe areas and all those different things. Because if you were to Google search Johannesburg, South Africa, you're going to get all kind of things pertaining to safety, pertaining to risk, pertaining to all kind of stuff, right? But we went to the ground itself, right? We went to ground zero to see what it was all about. But we did our due diligence because we knew we were gonna go. We just need to know where we were gonna be. And so we had to find a new school. We had to find where we're gonna live, a secure area, which, oh my gosh, when I tell y'all, their homes and the places and spaces in Johannesburg are so beautiful. Like, that's an understatement. And I talked about our family channel before, because we posted different things there, from tours of neighborhoods to cityscapes and all those different things. So go check those out. However, with that being said, we were like, okay, let's find that. So we found that. We also had to sell our home because we had to figure out what to do with our home. We decided to sell our home because we didn't want to rent it, to be thinking about what's going on with the home while we are living in a whole nother country, 6 hours ahead of the United States, actually. Well, on the East Coast, 6 hours ahead. And so we didn't want that whole confusion. A lot of people were like, hey, you should Airbnb your home because you're close to the stadium. But we were like, nah, we don't have to deal with that because, it's just a lot of upkeep. So we said we're going to sell it. And in selling a home, there are so many nuances that comes along with it, from pulling up different permits. Like, somebody had a tree cutting permit that a company came out and cut a tree, but they didn't close the permit. So we had to close the permit, even though we wasn't the ones who cut the tree. We had to pay for that. We had to pay for a whole bunch of other stuff. And stuff on stuff on stuff on stuff. But I'm saying all this to say, right, with intent and a purpose. And the purpose is when you set your focus on doing a thing, achieving a thing, or doing a thing, know that there will be obstacles along the way that will try to knock you back, try to make you to stop, try to make you to quit. However, we overcame those pitfalls. We had to unenroll our kids from school here, which means currently our kids are not enrolled. Well, that's not true. They are enrolled in school in Johannesburg, but they aren't enrolled in schools here, which is like a dice roll because at the embassy, they could deny us. However, we know that they're not. So that thought is no longer. And so all that to say, like, there's that. But then we also had to book trips to go to Washington, D.C. because, we live in Tampa, Florida. And so that was the thing that we had to do. We had to make sure our passports were up to date. All this to say, there were a bunch of things that had for us to get in order before even making the actual move. And I'm saying all this to say for you to think as you are pursuing your destiny, as you pursuing the desires, the dreams, the things that you have on the inside of you to do, the ways in which will allow for you to live your best life. What are the things that will have for you to stop? What will be the things that will come your way that will have for you to quit, have for you to say, no, I don't want to go through this. I don't want to do this. It's not worth it. I hope and pray that there's nothing, right? The answer should be nothing, because when those things come your way, because they will, I hope that you have the fortitude, the wherewithal to know that you can accomplish it. Sometimes you just have to take a break for that day and accomplish it the next day. Crystal has been making numerous phone calls to companies, to peoples, to the city, to the county, trying to get paperwork cleared. And sometimes she just had to chill, right? I had to make phone calls with people and companies and apartment complexes and home complexes and things in Johannesburg. And some days I was just like, I'm gonna just do it tomorrow, because today I don't feel like it, but I need to get done. And I don't want to force myself to try to do it today because I know I'm going to be frustrated if I'm on the phone with anybody right now. So I just have to put it to the side for today. But all that to say, that may be what you have to do, but quitting should not be an option. Obstacles should not be able to come your way that will stop, block, or detour you from the goal in which you have your focus on. So once you focus, lock in. Once you've locked in, make sure you don't allow for anything to block you or stop you or to divert you from that goal that you've already locked in. Because the tests, the trials, the obstacles will come. I promise you. Nobody has a smooth road to accomplishing their goals, smooth roads to success. Whatever they have, you have determined that to be. Like, nobody has a smooth road. Nobody does. However, we aren't surprised about that because the documentaries that we see, the stories that we hear are of people who have overcome just tumultuous situations to get them to a place of the aha moment, right? But oftentimes we want to get to the aha moment without going through those things. However, those are a part of it that further allows for us to enjoy the aha moments, but then also allows for us and equips us to be able to overcome when those aha moments aren't anymore. Because though the aha moments will come, it's going to be some things that come with it, right? As one great psalmist has said before, more money, more problems, okay? Because I know a lot of people are striving to have more money in their bank accounts, saving accounts, whatever accounts, right? However, there are more problems that come along with more money, and one of them being taxes. But anyway, not to get into that because it's a whole nother tangent and rant. But all that to say, great people, that's what's been going on, right? We've had to clear out the home. We had showings. There was so many showings, probably over 50 showings, which means we had to leave the home on a moment's notice. Well, not moment's notice, 2 hours in advance. We were made known, so we had to leave. So a lot of the different setups, I'm not even in the podcast studio that I was in before because we turned that back into a bedroom to show the size of the home, right? Because people don't just be having, podcast studios in their house like we do, or a whole studio in their home, but just making those changes, making those moves. But it doesn't have for me to stop or quit, right? I just been in the meantime while we've been flexible and moving and going about doing various things, clearing out the house, giving things away, packing things up, the list goes on. I've been also contemplating, praying, wondering, seeking what is the direction of this here podcast, and it is to keep going. We're gonna keep going with the objective of meeting with people, talking with people, chatting with people about their life journey, and we're going to be able to mine the keys to living out your best life through the stories that they tell, because no matter where people are in life, there are keys that you can mine out of their lives that will allow for both you and myself to be able to live our best lives. And you may be thinking, I don't know, I don't think that's possible, but I bet you if you're tuning in, if you're listening, if you're watching on YouTube, or if you listen on your favorite podcast platform to the Pursuit of Destiny podcast, you will be able to hear jewels, okay? I'm gonna make sure you hear them, because not only do I talk to people, but I listen to what they're saying. I'm gonna make sure you hear and take in what you need to hear and take in. So make sure y'all tune back in, great people. All that to say, we are back. I'm excited to be back. I'm excited to be just in the flow, in the mix again, because I love helping. I love being a conduit for change. I love allowing people to see all that they were created to be and know that there's nothing that they can't do, whatever they set their mind to, and allow for people just to be able to see past what may look to be an obstacle, but realize that no, it's really not. It's just a way to see things in a new way, and to be able to laugh about a thing that may not look laughable, or to enjoy a moment in time where others may look at you and say you should be mad, distraught, and angry. No. I'm gonna enjoy this moment. This is a laughable moment, because now I'm able to smile at what may look to give me a frown, and be excited about how I can use that opportunity of growth to better myself in the future. So with that being said, great people, I hope that caught us up on what's been going on. We have our date at the embassy, June the 21st, and so we will be the family of 4. We have to go physically to deliver our passports, each person delivering their own, and that will then be able to submit our application with the desire for them to give us an immediate return on our visa, so that we can make that move to Johannesburg, because our kids are enrolled in school in Johannesburg, and their 3rd term begins on July the 17th. Because they go to school year round. So we want to make sure we're there no later than July the 11th, so that the kids can have enough time to just get acclimated to the time change, get acclimated to the new environment, and, you know, just give a chance for them just to walk around, walk about, and to fill out the new space. So if you all could agree with me, I would greatly appreciate it. That is our heart's desire, and that is what we are pursuing and looking forward to. And so why not share it? Okay, that's what we're here to do. We're here to talk, share, and to grow. And so even that, right, here is a key that I just shared that I want you to make sure that you get. A key to living your best life is to be open about the desires that you have, because if you're open and vocal about them, it would allow for others to come in agreement with the things that you're desiring, or be able to equip you with the ability to receive the desires that you have. You never know who you are talking amongst that can help you to get through the door that may be before you that you cannot open. But if you are vocal, if you are open, if you are transparent, if you are sharing your desires vocally, it allows for those that are listening the ability to help you, if they can help or agree with you, that you'll be able to receive the desires of your heart. So take that key, all right? And there's a key that was to be had. See how I listen and I talk at the same time? But I heard the key, and I heard to share the key. So you got the key, okay? Share, share, share. Don't be afraid to share, because people do love helping people. And so, or you want to be around people that love helping people, okay? Maybe that's a thing to do. Maybe that's another key. Change your environment to be around people that love to help people, because if you are in that environment, then you will be in a community of people helping people, and nobody will be hurting. Okay, how about that? That's another key. 2 keys, 1 video. If you made it to the end, you caught both of them. But at the end of the day, great people, I love you all. Share, share, share. That is where we are. And again, get into that community of people that are looking and available to help others, because if that is the case, nobody in that circle will go missing, lacking, or broken. So until the next episode, great people, I love you all. I appreciate you all. Peace.